just wiped up.
Yeah.
I hope that I don't turn the camera off by doing something weird.
Okay.
All right. I think we're ready. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
All right.
Hello, friends. This is Galloping Horse number... Boy, I didn't look it up.
Six.
And I'm Emily.
I'm Cindy.
And we are your Galloping Horse quilters. Yes, so here we are. It's been a while. I mean, we keep thinking, oh, well, we're going to come back in a month, and it doesn't happen. But we've accomplished things.
Yeah.
We have things to show.
We have things to show.
Yeah.
Some new things and some old things.
Yeah. So what have we been working on?
Well, you are working on this.
Well, let's pull yours out.
Okay. Mine's not as finished as yours is.
Well, mine isn't really finished, but we're calling these our bullseye Aurifil quilts.
Yeah. Aurifil has a subscription thing going on right now, which we decided to partake in, and it's great fun. We're learning a lot about Aurifil threads.
We're learning that we want to buy more Aurifil threads, which is their point.
Their purpose.
So
here, let me show you the back. The back is pretty cool.
Yeah, close it. Put it closer.
Oh. Closer
to the camera. Yeah, that is very cool. Yeah, you did a much.
Yeah.
And here's my back. So Cindy did diagonal and I did orthogonal, but the point of the project is to make this paper pieced thing in these colors. The center part is pretty much the colors they recommended, and then Cindy's, the light green, is what they recommended, and I didn't have it, so I used gray because I have a lot of gray. And then you're using these bright threads to quilt it, and then these other bright threads. And these are 50 weight, and those are 20 weight, supposedly. No?
These are all the same.
They're all the same.
They're all the
orange.
Same.
They're all 50 weight?
I can never remember. Yeah, they're 50. These are all 50.
But anyway, so that's what we did.
They're very beautiful, and we enjoyed doing the quilting. Happened really quickly.
And it was walking foot quilting on our regular machines, not on the long arm.
Except I forgot to use my walking foot. Did you use yours?
Mm-hmm. But you used your
even feed.
Your even feed.
Inger finger.
Yeah, the finger foot.
The finger foot.
Yeah, never
Which
mind.
Which finger is it?
It's nothing. It's nothing. So anyway, that was fun.
Yeah, that was
fun. We worked on that mostly Saturday.
Yeah.
And
so that was project 2 of the Aurifil.
Yeah, show us project 1. I haven't finished project 1.
Project 1 is a little pincushion, and it came. This project came with about 8 or 7 different weights of Aurifil thread, and then all the different parts demonstrate the qualities of these threads. So it's not very professional, but it's but
it has cute pins in it.
Cute. Pretty. I told Emily last weekend that I used to have 2 pincushions, and they were both magnets, and one was at the sewing machine and one was on the cutting table. And now I have all these beautiful pincushions.
Yeah.
And I hardly even think about the magnets anymore.
That's right, because they're only useful at the sewing machine.
That's right.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have another pincushion you want.
Oh, yes. I have another beautiful pincushion. Wait, hold on. Demonstrate its usefulness. This is what Emily gave me. I know she already showed this, but I just love it. And it's super cute, and it's a pincushion, but it's almost too beautiful to use.
Well, that's silly.
Yeah.
Because it's not an heirloom of your house.
I know. I just heard owls outside.
Oh.
Talking to each other.
Well.
When I was moving the sprinkler.
Maybe they knew it was.
Yeah, they were talking to this owl, and this owl was not listening.
That owl's ears are stuffed with nuts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's been fun.
Yes.
So What else have you been working on?
Well, I
Look
made
at this.
This
friends.
is so. This is the pattern is called interlace, which Emily and I both made before. Only this is just my second time making it.
I've made it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, and I just love this fabric. You're probably supposed to tell the name and give credit, but I don't know the name. It's really just a beautiful fabric, and it's really soft. And I made it for a wedding gift for a couple that the wedding has already come and gone, but I'm going to send the gift within the first year.
You'll probably send the gift within the first 3 months.
Maybe, because it's ready to quilt. I mean, I haven't done the backing, but it's ready to quilt.
I love how you fussy cut the
Yeah.
nests for these larger blocks.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
It's really beautiful, beautiful fabrics, and you can't help but make beautiful things with beautiful fabrics.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's been my focus these past 2 weeks. People ask me, how long does it take to make a quilt? And I have no idea, because I never only am working on one quilt.
Yeah.
But I started this one. I probably put this together in 10 days. And during that time, I also worked at my regular job. So, that's fast for me. That's fast for focusing on one thing.
I'm betting it was less than 10 days.
Maybe.
Because, I don't know.
Well,
maybe.
I would do an hour of cutting, and then I would do an hour of,
right,
piecing. And so
the great thing about this pattern is it is written so that what you do is you buy 5 1-yard cuts of coordinating fabric with certain characteristics. A large scale print, which is the nests in this case. A small scale print, which I'm going to guess is the...
Yeah, medium. This is the mediums. There's a medium scale print.
Oh, right. And then a small scale print,
then
which
there's
maybe...
the light, medium,
and then
dark.
there's light, medium, dark. Yeah. So never
Yeah.
mind. I haven't made one in a while, but...
But it's all relative to what you have. So
Yes.
my dark is this...
Yeah.
Is this lovely tan, and this is my light with the little small things in it, and this little pussy willow one is my light, and the light is almost the same color as the eggs, but it then
It works fantastic.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Now this is an interesting thing. We had a discussion about this.
Yes.
So this is... I'll hold some up closer.
That's not part of this line.
No, and so in the end, I think Cindy was right.
Yes.
But she asked me what I thought about her using that blue with this quilt. And I thought it was too bright for the rest of the fabrics. Not too bright for our taste, but given the overall thing. But seeing it all together, and especially because it's a narrow band, if it were a big wide band, it might stand out more. But I think it's perfect.
Yeah, I love it.
I think you were right.
I think it's a spark. It's a spark of...
You were right.
I was right.
Let the record show.
I love it when I'm right. It doesn't happen very often.
Oh, it happens an awful lot. It really does, in this case.
Usually when I ask Emily about, fabric choices and color decisions, she's usually right. And
technically I was right, but Cindy was also right.
I was not wrong.
There.
Just because you're right doesn't mean I'm wrong.
Exactly. Well, and at one point she said, so if it's narrow like this, does it make you like it better? And I said, well, it makes me dislike it less.
But and sometimes she's right, because I've chosen a color that's just a little off. That's not quite the right aqua, and which is often true of aqua. It's hard to get, find the exact right thing. But in this case, I decided
perfect.
I just loved it so much.
And I think you're right. Yeah. It does frame it. And now what are you going to bind it in?
Well, I'm thinking about this. Where is it? This. So it'll be a little...
Oh, yes.
But and then this will be the also the backing. So
that'll be really nice.
I don't know if that's not in the picture, but
yeah, this will be really nice. So
Yeah.
this will be binding and backing. So
Yeah.
it will be really narrow, of course, that you'll
Yeah.
see from the front, but
Yeah.
I'm doing that backwards, but
Here,
you know.
hold it. I'll put it under here and I'll lay it there.
Yeah.
Just like that. Yeah. I think that'll be nice.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have another project going here. What else do you have going?
So this is a, I showed my elephant quilt for my little granddaughter to a friend, and she loved it, and she was soon to have a new grandson, her first grandson, and so she asked if I would make one for her with a boy. So here's the elephant and the boy, and it's hard to tell with these fabrics against this, but he has wellies on.
It's so great.
It's so cute, and so I have to put the background together.
And then this is just machine applique onto the background.
Yeah, so when I do the machine applique, that, you know, the wellies will stand out more. But I'm excited about that.
And it's mostly the same fabrics you used in your granddaughter's quilt, right?
Yeah, it's the same line. I just kind of leaned more toward the blues and greens than the pinks. And,
It's so great.
Yeah, but something that I think is fun with this quilt is that in Ella's, in my granddaughter's, I used a shirt from my husband that had a pocket. I put a strip in it that had a shirt pocket, a man's shirt pocket, so she could, you know, put her little treasures in there. And my friend who I'm making this one for said, I love that idea. I'm going to give you a shirt from the baby's father, my son, you know, baby's grandfather and the baby's great-grandfather, because the baby's named after his great-grandfather. So I think that's really a fun idea. And so.
And we sort of have this unspoken agreement that we don't make each other's grandchildren quilts because we can make our own quilts, but I might have to have you make if I ever have a grandchild. There's no grandchild on the horizon that I'm aware of. So don't anybody, you know, start sending texts.
Don't get too excited.
But should I have a grandchild, I might have to get you to make an elephant.
Well,
with a pocket.
I know. It's so cute. It's such a good idea.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, good.
So, what else? What are you working on?
So, I have a few things that are show and tell past things because they feed into something I'm working on. So I can't remember if I showed this before.
I know.
But even if I did already. So this is a quilt that I made that Cindy worked with my staff mates to get made, which is a retirement quilt. And so all my staff mates and some other folks who I worked with in Deacons or other things signed these blocks, and then we laid it out and I quilted it and made a quilt out of it. And I love this quilt. It's quite warm, so it's only just now coming into the season, and then I have to put it away in March or so.
I'm reading now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the folks that are in this quilt are no longer working for our church. You know, just so happens that time passes and all, but I just love the quilt. And there was leftover fabric, so I made this quilt, which I really started by just saying, you know, I'm just going to goof off and make different blocks, just sort of practice the techniques of different blocks. So I made, this is a big Missouri Star block, and I made some flying geese and some four patches and some, whatever this is, broken dishes or something, and then I just laid it out and made a quilt. And I love this quilt. In fact, I currently have this on the bed at night because it's
what you need.
It's what I need. It has cotton batting in it, and it's made of leftover fabric from the retirement quilt. I have very little leftover fabric from that quilt left, but love it. So you remember a few videos ago that I bought insanely. I bought the Hoffman Challenge fabric.
Oh,
Park.
Time to move the sprinkler.
And the insane thing was, you know, I don't need any more fabric, but I bought it. And then I decided that it would be only insane if I didn't actually use it, so I did. So I cut 5-inch squares out of the fat quarters and just laid it out like this as a round the world or whatever you call it.
It just sparkles. It's beautiful. Look how good it looks in the...
Well, especially because there's light coming through it.
I know, it's beautiful.
But I felt like the whole Hoffman palette was just too blue. So I added a boutique that had purple in it, and I added this, which is sort of a dark periwinkle-ish color, just to sort of bring a little different colors to the party on that. And this is almost the same size as the scrappy quilt I just showed you. Because what I find in putting that quilt on the bed is that it's too wide, just slightly too wide for sleeping under with my husband, and we have a king size bed, and it's just a little bit too wide for my half of the bed. So this is narrower a little bit, and it's the same length. I was going to put a footer on it, put a foot border on each side, an end, I don't know what you call it. Footer, that is not the word.
Footer is on a piece of paper.
Footer and a header.
But you're not going to put borders at all?
No.
Oh.
It's the size I want.
Yeah. Good.
So
it's
here.
Beautiful.
So I have a consult.
Oh.
So this, I'm going to bind it in this.
Okay. That's really pretty.
And I am trying to decide what to back it with. So I have here 3 different blues. Now, you on the video may not be able to see that these are 3 different blues.
Oh, I think we can. Maybe.
And so I want to know what you think, Cindy.
Okay.
So let's just lay some, I'll hold it up so that we can see what you're looking at.
Okay.
So here's one.
Yeah, that one is not wrong. Yeah, look, it's so pretty with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that one might have been the color of the year
really?
couple of years ago.
When they had a pink and a blue?
No, they had a blue.
Different one. Oh.
And then this is another blue.
Yeah, I think this one is also not wrong. I mean, I think they're all going to be right.
Yeah.
But that's really pretty with this one.
Yeah.
I love this one.
Yeah.
We should get some more of that. And this one, I love this one with the little ferns or whatever.
I know. I love this one.
Yeah. We need to go back before they...
I think that's already gone.
Oh.
And then there's this, which is a little aqua.
A little aqua. But else, I mean, probably not wrong, but maybe not my favorite.
Okay.
Let's just hold it up to a different section. Yeah.
And remember that you won't see the front and the back. They won't be next to each other. This will be the binding.
Yeah, but if you have it
Flip
any
it
other
over.
way than flat on your bed.
Which I will have it all.
So that's not my favorite. If we have to eliminate one, that's might be your favorite. But
And so this is sort of a pure blue.
Yeah.
And the other one is a slightly yellowy blue.
Yeah. I think this is really nice with these darker blues.
This is impossible,
Oh,
isn't
yes, we have guests.
it? This is the problem, isn't it?
Yes.
Don't turn it off. We'll pay attention to you in a minute.
I don't know. What do you think? What's your...
Well, when I first pulled the fabric out of the stack, this was the one I thought.
Yeah.
But then I realized I had this, which is sort of a pure blue, which there's a lot of pure blue in here, but there's really more of this.
Yeah, and the lights. I like this with the lights.
Yeah.
And this and this. I guess I like this one the best.
Okay. I think that's what I'll do. And it'll be the backing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to put wool batting in it, which we only have scraps. I mean, they're sizable scraps.
You can buy more.
You can, but they don't make, somebody stopped making, one of the places we've bought it, or companies, has stopped making it.
We need to.
But I can sew it together.
Yeah, that we have a big
There's some more
big
over there.
small pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put wool batting because I've heard that wool batting is warm in the winter and cool in the shoulder seasons. Probably nothing is cool enough for the summer in North Carolina to put a quilt over one.
No.
But
not for you.
no. So that's what I'm going to do. Maybe maybe soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah,
ready.
that could be
It's
the
pretty
next
much
thing.
ready, other than me verifying that I have enough backing.
Yeah.
Which this quilt is 40 inches.
Okay.
And the fabric is about 42.
Oh.
So I probably have to piece.
Yeah. Probably.
Because you're supposed to have...
Or you could do two side by side. What's the other dimension?
50 something.
If
Oh,
you
I
have-
could do it with a horizontal seam.
Yeah.
Well, it would be a vertical seam. Because
Depends on where you're standing.
Well, I'm going to load it to have the fewest passes possible.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
landscape mode, I'm going to load it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to have 3 to 4 inches on each side of the quilt
Mm-hmm.
of backing. Partly you use that area to test your tension, and partly because in a large quilt, it does shift.
If you get whompy.
And it will. It does.
It does, and it has.
And, but in this size quilt, that isn't going to be the issue.
No.
So,
yeah, good.
anyway, so that's what I have been working on. Oh, and I also, in case Joy is watching,
Hi,
I
Joy.
have started cutting the fabric for the quilt I'm making for her son's wedding, which maybe I'll stick a picture in here of some of the fabric. So, any of you who watched my video from last week may have noticed that the pictures were, I don't know if you noticed, but it was very difficult to get them in for this time for some reason.
You're the only one who thought that.
And I don't know what.
Raise your hand if you didn't notice there was something wrong with the pictures.
It was just, I wanted to put a lot more pictures of Iceland in that video.
Yeah.
But.
Well, you put a
couldn't.
lot. They were beautiful. It was just beautiful.
Well, thank you. But I'm going to try to put a picture in of the fabric for this Joy's quilt, which her son is getting married on April 8th, which is the day of the total eclipse. And I think he's getting married at the time of the total eclipse, which I think if I were a wedding guest, I would say, hurry up with those vows. I gotta run out and see the eclipse.
I
But
know. Well, should be outside.
Oh, yeah, that would be.
I mean,
that's so true. It's going to be in Texas
it's
in April, so it should be pleasant.
Fine. They'll have blue bonnets or
Maybe they
blue
will.
bells or whatever. What are their flowers? Blue bonnets.
Maybe.
I think. I don't know.
Well, and my husband
from
and I are going to be
Texas.
in Texas as well for that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I think if somebody times their wedding to be,
it should be
it
outside.
should be outside. And it's not,
That's so
in
right.
Minnesota.
That is so right. That is very much more sensible.
That makes sense.
Anyway, the quilt is themed on eclipse. It's a pattern, and I am doing curved piecing
You'll have to drop in a picture
of the pattern. No.
of the curved piecing.
Yeah, well, I haven't really done it yet.
You've practiced.
I did a practice, and it was okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. That's our thing. From a
fine.
galloping horse, it's perfect.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's
You
fine.
just have to roll your eyes a little bit when you say it.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah, it's fine. So anyway, that's a big thing that I'm going to now focus some serious time on.
Yeah.
Anything else that I'm working on up there? Oh, well, theoretically, I'm making an interlace quilt for my brother-in-law, but
Do you have all the fabrics?
no.
Oh, well.
Never mind. I'm not going to say anymore because I think he does watch the videos.
Oh, well, you have
Whoops.
tons of brothers-in-law.
I
so
do have a lot.
they don't know which one it is.
No, they don't. And I might be making a quilt for my son.
You might be.
Well, I am going
started
to.
it.
I have started it, but I might be making it for Christmas,
Oh.
is the point.
Shh.
I know, but I'm quite sure neither he nor his wife watches. Well,
Okay.
I'm reasonably sure. But sometimes I've been surprised at family members that I discover watch the videos. So, hi everybody.
Hi, hi.
So anyway, that's what I'm doing.
Good.
So, what are you going to be working on?
Well, I'm going to be working on the elephant, and that's kind of my next. Quilting this interlace and then the elephant are my two big things that I'd like to get done. But I want to make, I was going to do this last year and I ran out of time. I'm going to make some leggings for my granddaughter. I've got this cute little sort of Christmassy fabric. And
it's very cute.
I ran out of time last year because I wanted to make them in time for her to wear them, and because I knew she couldn't wear them the next Christmas. So now I'm sort of,
you've got to get going on that.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure that her parents will put them on her
at least once.
As long as, well, I was going to say, as long as they fit, they won't care about the season.
Right, because children don't tend to care.
This is pretty cute. And when I make one legging, I might make another
a bigger
pair
one.
Too, that has, I've got some fabric that's not up here with like mermaid scales. It's very cute. It's adorable. I bought it way before I had a grandchild, and I was planning ahead.
Is it this same sort of knit that you make leggings out of?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
You really were planning. Were you going to make yourself some?
Yes.
That's what it is.
Which I haven't done that
maybe
either.
You should make
so maybe we'll have matching leggings. That would be super
hilarious.
Fun. We would both be mermaids together.
That is hilarious. You should make her a little mermaid tail that fits over her feet.
I know.
I would recommend you not do that for yourself. Fall risk and all.
I don't think I will.
Wow.
So. Anyway.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Anything else we have to talk about?
No.
Oh, you were going to talk about that book that you got.
Oh, well, I just got this book. I haven't even read it yet, but it's called Love Your Creative Space, and I want to get organized up here in the studio. I moved from a different room a couple of years when we got Lucy up to this studio,
which has been 3.5 years.
Oh my gosh. And we set it up, the useful parts we set up so that they would be useful, but the other parts are kind of piles and on top of piles. So I don't know. I'm hoping this book will help me get organized in a way that doesn't involve a lot of purchasing. Because there's on the front, there's this beautiful unit that's all perfect and sectioned out, and I don't really need to be buying one of those, but I need to find a way to use what I have.
Well, I think that one of the things which you can see you can just see if you look in our background, is that the ceiling is, whatever that is. Slanted. And that means that we don't have a full height wall on the sides of the room.
Yeah.
Which makes it harder to put bookcases in because bookcases tend to be tall.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of drawers hidden away behind things over there. In the back of that, there's a lot of drawers, plastic drawer units, which we got at the very beginning, and they're okay.
Yeah, they hold stuff. I could be more organized, and so
I think I have 2 drawers in this room.
That's not very much.
I know, but I have a whole sewing room at home.
Well, that's true. But I have the camera's attached to my cutting and ironing table, and there's a big giant shelf underneath, and I thought, oh, this is great, I can keep my projects down here. But what I do is I throw some stuff, then I throw some other stuff, and then and I think another challenge with the space below is that it's too high.
That is, it needs another layer of shelves.
Yeah, which maybe we can
figure that out.
I don't know.
Because you have some things that are in bins, which that
I know.
works.
Well, I thought that I would, I'm sort of going on and on about this, but
That's all right.
I thought I would have a project bin or a project, plastic thing or something, and then I would keep the project in, and then I would do the project, and then I would clear it out. But I'm in the middle of way too many projects, and so they stay in their bins, and there's no forward motion of...
Because the things that are in the bins are not the things that come to mind first when you think of what you want to work on up here.
Right, or what I need to work on. Yeah. Yep.
Well,
I'm sure this is I'm not gonna solve it ever. It's just gonna be something I talk about.
so you can expect to hear more.
That's
we'll
right.
revisit this.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Another thing that you can expect to hear more. We're going to just say this every time we make a video. I was going to say every week. We're not making a video every week, but is that we do have that Afternoon Delight project.
Yes.
Which we did not enter in the North Carolina State Fair that just ended. The fair just ended.
Because the shape it's in is this.
It's still, we should say, is still.
It's still this.
Yeah, that is not a quilt.
It's not ready to enter into the fair.
But it's ready to lay out.
It's ready to lay out and make it into a quilt. We just need to
do it.
Schedule it in.
Yeah.
It's going to be beautiful.
So I think we even have the backing fabric and the border fabric. We have everything for it now.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we ordered it and it's all washed. It's ready to go.
Yeah. We need to
And we even have, I think, a plan for quilting. Largely. I think we do.
When is it?
Well, we were just going to do some all over chrysanthemums or something through or maybe even not that dense.
Yeah.
Through the center of it, because there's so much piecing.
There's a lot of seam allowances.
And then do piano keys, just straight lines in the border, and possibly do a scalloped border.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
Which we need to get a ruler that will let us easily cut the scallops. Or
which we might have something.
I bet we do.
I have something that I bought and never used, so maybe we'll use that.
That's what it's for. You only have one thing you bought and never used?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, that is, if we keep mentioning it,
maybe we'll do it.
Then maybe one of these days we'll do it. We should try to do it in January.
Well, it reminds me of some quilts that I made before we had Lucy that I have never quilted. And so that'll be something to show on a future video.
There's more to come.
Yes.
And I have, I don't think you've ever seen pictures inside my sewing room. A viewer of my floss tube and variety show video said once, you should show how you organize your threads and your fabrics. And I'm thinking, really? I'm not sure.
Yeah, that would be a bad example.
But the threads are good.
We should show how, well, you might organize your cross stitching stuff. But we should show sometime how our threads here are organized.
Yeah, because
it's kind of cool.
It's very nice.
Kind of cool.
It shows our devotion to threads.
Well, we'll have to take our devotion. That was kind. We'll have to take the camera on a little field trip.
Yeah, I have to borrow a gimbal thing.
There's a little hint.
What's
over
the hint?
In the corner of the...
Oh, yeah, there's a
right there.
cabinet there.
That's the hint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a time that I owned 2 neutrals, white, black, and navy. That was all the thread I owned.
There was something wrong with you at that time.
That has changed now, but anyway, all right. I think we have
long enough.
Nattered on long enough.
All right.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this and either laughed at us or found something interesting or inspiring.
All right.
Maybe.
And I have to go move the sprinkler because the gardener is not doing it.
And have a great week of sewing, or if you're coming from the floss tube side of things, cross stitching or whatever you are working on. Mm-hmm. And I hope you have a great week of working on whatever as well.
Thank you. Same.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.